My name is Kai Well. My board name is Ron Joseph. I'm from the Squamish Nation. I was asked to take part in this presentation because I lost my son about 18 months ago. And it's been a very long, hard, hurtful, healing journey. And I feel if I can help one person or point them in the right direction or give them a direction to go, it'll be worth it. Tyler is a proud father of a 2-year-old little boy, and he was staying with me at the time, so there's the 3 of us. He was, like me, he was an athlete all his life. His chosen sport was ice hockey. Mine was football, so sometimes we argued about that. But he really wasn't anybody that was mean or angry, or he wasn't that, the prototypical person you'd think that would consider taking their lives. It was a direct opposite, as a matter of fact. We just spent an incredible weekend together, and he had 2 schools and 2 job offers on the table.
I'm Heidi Hansen, and I'm a visitor to this territory. My late mother was Cree from Goodfish Lake Reserve, Saddle Lake First Nation in Alberta. She was a residential school survivor. One of the biggest issues facing Aboriginal youth is the high suicide rate. I've had the privilege of working with a few people who've attempted suicide, and then they've come to my office and they've talked to me about it. It's a very, very painful subject. And I think there's many reasons why they do it. They usually are triggered by something that has happened in their life, either the loss of somebody that they love, feeling that they're unworthy, having a relationship breakup. A lot of it, suicide attempts are quite frequently enhanced by alcohol and drug use. And I think people just do it because they're in a great deal of pain, even though I've been told by a number of people that they really didn't want to kill themselves.
Tyler, I don't think he thought about anybody when he left. I think it's a very self-centered moment. That, like maybe somebody treated you wrong or said something to you different, or, that's a trigger. I call that a trigger. But in that moment, there is a moment of selfishness, that you're not thinking of the people you're leaving behind. If he was in any kind of coherent state, there's no way he would have done it. But after putting all the pieces together, he was under the influence of painkillers and hard liquor, and that combination, especially when you've been clean and sober for quite some time, you give in. And I think it was an impulse. So that's when the whirlwind started. For me, anyway. I had to go to Vancouver General Hospital, and they have a morgue there, and he was in a little tiny room, wrapped in a white sheet. I guess his body was pretty broken up, because he jumped off Lionsgate Bridge.
I think it's a really good idea to ask somebody if they're feeling suicidal. If anybody's talking about it in front of me, or what I would coach other people to ask is just ask the person directly, are you suicidal? And if they say yes, then just say, do you have a plan? And if they say yes, ask them what their plan is. Ask them a lot of detailed questions and stay with them, and go and get them help, either through the health department, through the emergency hospital, through the crisis line, through somebody that they know and trust, another adult, a counselor. It's finding somebody for them to talk to, and it is okay for them to ask those questions directly. And I think there has been a taboo around suicide. A lot of people are very afraid to ask it. They're very uncomfortable, but it's okay to ask, because people, when they're talking about it, they're in a great deal of pain themselves, and it's a way of them reaching out.
He walked across Canada in 2006, 2007 for Native youth and suicide prevention. So he knew, what the signs are, what the symptoms are, what to do, who to talk to, what to say, because he talked to other Native youth on this walk across Canada. His life may suck to him, but things could be a whole lot worse.
My government name is Leland Askew, proud member and representation from the Squamish Nation. My artist name is Discreet the Chosen One. I've been doing music probably for 10 years of my life, professionally probably for 5 years. I've done a whole whack of stuff. I mean, I've toured, I've traveled, I've released 4 albums, I've done music videos, working on another album right now. Recently just got my own studio, which I'm expanding also. Open up for some of the biggest international acts in the world.
You lied to me, lied to me. There's part of what's died of me, inside of me. Never again see eye to eye with me. All this grief you're giving to me, bringing to me, ain't living to me. To me, pilgrims did in the ends, the saints giving to me. Save yourself from yourself, hypocrite backward, reciprocal, post to post. Rip your soul now, reap what I wrote. I don't love you anymore, still I'm loved by plenty more.
Love to do music, love to be proactive, love to get involved, like to get involved in not only my community, but other communities as well. First Nations culture is so community-based, and there's a saying, it says it takes a village to raise a child, which is very true. What attracted me to this project in the first place was the severe issue of the case. I know in the Aboriginal communities, suicide is huge, probably bigger than any other community. A lot of oppression, there's a lot of issues from the past, residential school, passed on from generations to generations. My mother happened to be in residential school, so people act like it was like a long time ago and years back, everything's fine now, but it affects generations to come. I've had at least, I'd say 20 people in my lifetime commit suicide who are relatively close to me. Yeah, so it's been, a serious subject that's been going on in my life for years, and when it happens, it's like, oh my God, it's devastating,
I think making a hip-hop song is good because it's what kids listen to these days.
And what hip-hop actually means is to move the youth. Hip being young, urban, youthful children, kids. Hop means to move them. And that doesn't just mean physically, but it also means mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But it's a means of communication to educate them, and it's fun, it's cool, and it's got a lot of attention, and these kids, they really relate to it, especially in the First Nations communities.
Keep on climbing, trust yourself, hold on, better days are coming. I really hope this song can help people with their problems, what they're going through, if it can cheer them up, get them out of the dark, I guess.
Because I believe the problem is silence, silence kills. When people don't express how they feel, it bottles up, it gets ignored, and then it's too late. Things need to be addressed, then that way they can be prevented, opposed to happening and then trying to prevent it after it happens, because it doesn't work that way. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of focus, but they've came a long way. In the beginning, I couldn't get them to say a word. Now they're coming to me with ideas and things that I never thought about, that I'm taking and I'm using in my music. So as being a teacher in this project, I'm also a student. I'm learning a lot from this project, but they have grown immensely. The most important message in the hip hop song to the youth is basically, we've all been down that road before, we've all felt alone, depressed, felt like, not going on any longer. But I think it's really important for the youth to communicate the message, because it's letting the other youth know, hey, look, we feel the same way. We know where you're coming from, We have a voice. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Look at all the people here that care about you and love you. It's important for young people, follow your dreams, because if you don't find your passion in life, I don't think you'll ever really be fully fulfilled. I think you'll always be searching for something. Everybody's different. I'm not here to tell you what your passion is or you have to do music, but if music is your passion and a form of expressing yourself, and you have a need to express yourself to the world, and you're not afraid, you're not scared, you're not scared to think outside the box, you're not scared to not think like the crowd, then why not? What do you have to lose? What's the worst thing that can happen to you?
I think Leland's involvement is pretty good, helping us make the song, putting it all together, making the beats, making it all come together, I guess. It's for a good cause.
Our people are dying, our elders are crying. One step at a time, keep on climbing. Trust yourself, hold on, better days are coming. Face problems head on, there's no more running. Our people are dying, our elders are crying. One step at a time, keep on climbing. Trust yourself, hold on, better days are coming. Face problems head on, there's no more running.